Beginning in the late 1990s, the world would bear witness to the first of many fantastical claims from a self-proclaimed time traveler, best known by the username John Titor. Titor would make his first known contact on July 29, 1998, on Art Bell's infamous radio program Coast to Coast AM, where he would read a fact sent to him by Titor on the air.
Dear Art, I had facts when I heard other time travelers calling in from any time past the year 2500 AD. Please let me explain. Time travel was invented in 2034. Offshoots of certain successful fusion reactor research allowed scientists at CERN to produce the world's first contained singularity engine. The basic design involves rotating singularities inside a magnetic field. By altering the speed and direction of rotation, you can travel both forward and backward in time. Time itself can be understood in terms of connected lines. When you go back in time, you travel on your original timeline. When you turn the singularity engine off, a new timeline is created due to the fact that you and your time machine are now there. In other words, a new universe is created. To get back to your original line, you must travel a split second farther back and immediately throw the engine into forward without turning it off. Some interesting outcomes of this are: 1. You meet yourself. I have done it often, even taken a younger version of myself along for a few rides before returning myself to the new timeline and going back to mine. 2. You can alter history in the new universe that you have just created. Most of the time, the changes are subtle. Sometimes I'll notice car models that don't exist or books that come out late. The oldest one was a skyscraper that wasn't built in a near-favorite store of mine in New York. Interestingly, when you travel in time, you must compensate for the orbit of the Earth. Since the time machine doesn't move, you have to adjust the engine so you remain on the planet when you turn it off. Unfortunately, it was also discovered that anyone going forward in time from my 2036 hit a brick wall in the year 2564. Everyone who has ever been there has reported that nothing exists. When the machine is turned off, you find yourself surrounded by blackness and silence. Now, most time travelers are trying to find out where the line went bad by going into the past, creating a new universe, and proceeding forward to see if the same thing results in 2564. It appears the line went bad around the year 2000. I'm here now, in this time, to test a few theories of mine before going forward. Now, for the future, you might want to know about. 1. Y2K is a disaster. Many people die on the highways when they freeze to death trying to get to warmer weather. 2. The government tries to keep power by instituting martial law, but all of it collapses when their efforts to bring the power back up fail. 3. A power facility in Denver is able to restart itself, but is mobbed by hundreds of thousands of people and destroyed. This convinces most that maybe we shouldn't bring the old system back up. 4. A few years later, communal government system is developed after the Constitution takes a few twists. China retakes Taiwan. Israel wins the largest battle for their life, and Russia is covered in nuclear snow from their collapsed reactors. Art, the reason I'm here now is because I believe a nuclear weapon set off by Iraq in the Middle East war with Israel might have something to do with the damaged timeline. I will test that theory and get back to you. Please pray that we discover the reason why there is no apparent future after 2564. So I couldn't resist. I thought that was quite a good fax. There you have it.
Around November 2nd, 2000, Titor, claiming to be an American military time traveler from the year 2036, would begin posting on other internet forums such as the Time Travel Institute forum. At first, posting about time travel in general, as well as the 6 parts description of what a time machine needs to work. These parts included 2 magnetic housing units, an electron injection manifold, a cooling and X-ray venting system, gravity sensors or a variable gravity lock, 4 main cesium clocks, and 3 main computer units. Titor would go on to state that he was sent back in time to 1975 by the military to retrieve an IBM 5100 model computer needed to debug legacy computer programs from 2036, adding that he was specifically chosen due to his grandfather's direct involvement in the assembly and programming of the 5100 model. He also mentioned he was in a special stopover period in 2000 to collect pictures that would later be lost and to visit family. During this time, he warned of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease that would spread through beef products and the possibility of civil war in the U.S. He stated the tension would begin in 2004 due to order and rights violations regarding the presidential election, resulting in Waco-type events each month, and finally reaching a breaking point by 2012. Resulting in the U.S. splitting into 5 major regions, with the war ending in 2015 after a brief but very destructive World War III, adding that the hardest hit would be Washington, D.C. and Jacksonville, Florida, causing the capital to be relocated to Omaha, Nebraska. Then, Titor seemingly vanished as quickly as he had appeared after his last reported post on March 24th, 2001. One thing that skeptics use to dispute and believers use to support Titor's claims are his statements agreeing with the Everett Wheeler model of quantum physics or the many worlds theory, which in theory would create a new time stream each time you travel, effectively erasing any or all pre-known events. On May 19, 2008, the results of a private investigator, Mike Lynch, aired on an Italian television program. Lynch found no evidence of the existence, past or present, of a John Titor. However, he did find a John Titor Foundation, a for-profit company established on September 16, 2003, but the company could not be traced to any address, only a rented-out P.O. box in Kissimmee, Florida, as well as an IP address associated with Titor traced to the same location. Furthermore, in 2009, Sean Houston, attributed the hoax to Larry Haber, a Florida entertainment lawyer and CEO of the previously mentioned foundation, as well as his brother Richard, a computer scientist. Although this particular series of events seems to be nothing more than an elaborate hoax in the early years of the internet, the subject of time travel possibilities is still a hotly debated topic, sure to continue capturing imaginations across the world for generations to come.